This is the tufting needle that Rolly Company is now offering. It's going to be used when you potentially did an upholstery job and a customer might call you back and say that a button has popped off. So you want to be careful with this. It's going to have a slight depression here on the inside, and that depression is going to be a hole that goes up the needle a little bit. Into this depression, you are going to put a tufting clasp. Now, these clasps are going to come 1,000 to a box, and you may think that's an awful lot of them, but once you learn how to use this tool, you'll use it a lot. You do need to pay attention to the bottom flat part of the clasp. See where those two pieces of metal are joined? That is not the end that you want to put up into the needle. You want to put the non-joined flat side up into the needle. Now, before you do that, put your button twine through. So I'm just sticking a piece of button cord through. Now I want the non-joined flat side. It's going to go into that little cutout, and it's going to sit nice right into that needle. To use this needle, hold on to your twine. I'm going to show you here at the table what it's going to look like, and then I'm going to demo it on a chair for you. As I push the plunger, it's going to push that clasp out, and that clasp then would be hooked behind the back of whatever foundation padding you have, allowing your button twine to come out the front of the chair where you can tie your button back on. So let's do this on an actual chair. I've got a small cutaway of a chair here to show you where the back of this needle has to end and how it's going to go through. So I've loaded the clasp in. I've got my string tied off. My trick is to wrap the button twine around the plunger just a little bit, because as I push this through the chair, I don't want to depress the plunger yet. So I'm lining everything up, and I'm going to push it through. Now I'm going to turn this chair so you can see where the back of that needle went. See how the needle comes through, but the plunger area is just through the padding. Once that's clear, you can go ahead and depress the plunger from the front, and there's that clasp I was talking about. As I take my needle out, this clasp is going to stay on the outside of the chair. Not the very outside of the chair, behind your face fabric. No matter how hard I pull on that, it's not going to move. So let me turn that chair back around, and I'll show you how to tie that button off. As with any upholstered button, you want to load each end of your button twine from either side. Go ahead, depress the foam a little bit, and then just tie off your button. So it's a real easy way to replace a button that's popped off. Say you've deep tufted a piece, customers called and that button has popped out, or you had a top buttoned chair and the button came out. Very, very easy to replace that button with a button tufting needle.